Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Up to down. That was.
So, okay. So when it comes to the question between using a lock installation kit and doing it by hand, here's literally my step-by-step. The tape measure on the top of the door down to the center line. You're measuring on the style, the 1 3/4 style, and I'll take a pencil and I will lightly mark across the entire style. I'll put a small mark there, and then I'll use a combination square to give myself a nice 1 3/4 long pencil mark. And there's a reason for that. So then what I do is I take my Quickset angle, that 89925. It is called a boring template, but it's just an aluminum angle that will give me a little bird's mouth cut for the 2 3/8 and the 2 3/4 back set. And I place that on the door, so the short leg of the angle is on the 1 3/4 style, and I'm centering that off of, I'm lining that up against that 1 3/4 long pencil mark that I put on the door, assuming it's an 1 3/4 thick door. And then I mark my 2 3/4 or 2 3/8 on the face of the door on one side, flip the template over and do it on the other side. So now I've got a little pencil mark showing me where my drill bit is going to start. So I will then take my 2 1/8" bimetal hole saw. Back in the old days, that was a $12 tool. And I will drill halfway, my 2 1/8 or my 1 1/2 or whatever I'm drilling, halfway through the door on each side. After I drill halfway through, I will have to extract the core that's packed now inside of the hole saw. But then once I get that out, it's easy. There's slots in the side of the hole, the circumference of the hole saw. Then come from the other side and complete the 2 1/8. Now at this moment, I will then change my hole saw to a 1-inch spade bit, and I will then drill from the edge of the door all the way down to my 2 1/8" hole, because in that long pencil mark, I've not only marked it the entire thickness of the door, but I've given myself an indicator as to what's the center of the thickness, the center of the thickness of the door, 7/8, let's say. And that's where the tip of my spade bit goes. And why I use those tools is because they're dirt cheap and they're reliable and they work. So 1 inch or 15/16 or 7/8, whatever it calls, from the edge of the door right into my 2 1/8" hole. And you be careful, don't let the bit get in there and flop around. So now you've got a 1-inch hole. Then, and here's why I mark the entire edge of the door with a pencil mark. I bring my Porter cable, I think it's a 5/18 or a 5/17. Let's take a look. Porter cable, 5/17? That's a 5/17. So it is a aluminum clamp-on style template that I have adjusted to do only a 2 1/4 by 1 1/8 wide, or whatever the size of the latch bolt is. And I've specifically altered the tool to show me my center line with a bird's mouth prep on the tool. So all I got to do is line up my center line that I've altered the tool based on my 2 1/4" 1 1/8 prep with my long pencil mark. Then I tighten it down, and then I come with my 7/8 horse 1/2-inch 2-flute carbide router bit, and I will then drop that into the 1-inch hole that I've drilled with my spade bit, knock out the 2 1/4 by 1 1/8, remove the template, take my Porter cable corner chisel, knock out those four corners, and I'm done. And that's taken me more time than it takes to take that lock installation kit out and get it clamped on, and then you've clamped it too tight and you don't realize you've scarred the face of the door until it's stained. And that's exactly how I do it. Now that Porter cable 5/17, that's not cheap. But I'm really not the type that's looking to cut corners, but I do like where you spend money on something and it works really well. Like what was a 1-inch spade bit in 1990, right? I mean, it's like a $2 tool, and it just works great,
Yeah.
And Bosch has that one now that's got Bosch has the one that's got those cutters on the outside, so it gives you a nice clean hole. And what's nice about that Porter cable 5/17 is it centers itself down onto the edge of the door, because An 1.75" thick door is not 1.75. It's not. It's 1.71. It's 1.73. It depends on what the door is. If it's plastic laminate, it could be 1.78 or even thicker. If it's if it's a lead line door, yeah, you've got something that's going to be 1 7/8. So that template is nice because it centers, because you don't want that 1 inch hole to not be to be biased on one side or the other, or you're going to have a lock trouble. It's got to be right in the center. Now your lock installation kit does everything I just said, which was super complicated, and makes it super easy. And all you got to do is get that first dimension correct. And I always, of the tens of thousands of doors that I've done, without exception, I always measure twice and cut once. I know that I got it right. I've done this thousands of times, but I always check twice.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, great. Well, thank you very much, Richard. So my name's Bruce Quick, and
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.